All right, ladies, we want to welcome you to Second Act Women's Building Worksheets to Grow, powered up by, of course, Second Act Women. And it's all presented on behalf of Canva, in a sense, one of our favorite tools to use to build our brand and continue to grow. And the reason why I say worksheets to grow is because I'm going to talk to you about lead magnets, most importantly, and how it is worksheets can help grow your audience and ultimately your customers. So here we go. Let's grow your business with worksheets, ladies. So here's something to keep in mind. Building an audience can be really tricky, but if you have a good lead magnet or an opt-in of some sort on your website, it's a really great way, or Instagram, or you're enticing people anywhere on social media to grab that opt-in or that worksheet, or as you can see here, that business plan for free to sign up. Though the catch is you get it in exchange for their email. That's the best way for you to add value to who and what you do as a company, or your side gig if that's what you have. It's a great way to showcase your expertise. And also you're giving them a reason to really invest in you by giving them a little sample of who you are. And as you can see here, it also is a really great way to boost your revenue through worksheets. So let's talk about lead magnets. Please tell me I spelled magnets wrong, because I think I did. I got so excited. So lead magnets, I don't know what happened with that. I got so excited. Here is what a lead magnet is. Anytime you go to a website and they have said to you, all right, we'd like to give you something a little free. We're bribing you by giving you a little one-sheeter business plan, or personal brand, build your personal brand statement, or anything that is sort of like a bribe. We're bribing you by saying, hey, we'll give you this if you give us X. And most often the X is your email, because email, guys, is still queen when it comes to building your audience and your brand and growing your company. So here's what a lead magnet is. It's an irresistible bribe offering, a specific chunk of value from you to a prospect, a customer, whomever it may be that you're looking to capture, in exchange for their contact information, which typically is just a first name and an email. So the goal of a lead magnet is to maximize the number of targeted leads, guys, that you're getting for that offer. It's a great way to grow your customer base. 7 things your lead magnet should do. It should solve a problem of your target demographic. It should promise one quick win, and that is the automatic download. It should be super specific, quick to digest. Again, if it's just an easy peasy one pager, it should be of high value to them, bringing them value, giving them a reason to download that printable. And it should be instantly accessible. Again, the minute I give you my email address, I should be able to download that PDF or that worksheet instantly so I can get to work. And it should demonstrate, most importantly, your expertise or your unique value proposition. By the way, if you do not know your unique value proposition, you need to get to work on that. It's very important, no matter if you have a side gig or business, you need to know your unique value proposition. So it's a way of getting more from your community. Oh, whoop. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go into how you actually create that lead magnet, that worksheet, that template, that thing that you want them to grab from you as the expert. So here's an example. This is a project plan. It's a very short version of something we've created that has multiple pages that we offer insiders. But let's just say we wanted to offer this one document as a lead magnet, as a worksheet for your customer, again, your target demo to use, and then hopefully come back to you for more. So, all right, here is the project plan. You can see here, very simple. We created let me just take this down to 50% so you can see the whole thing. All right, so this is the project planner. So you want your person to, when they grab it, you want them to go to work, create whatever that project is, and fill in the blanks on the project. You want them to potentially create or write down, again, this is a printable that you're creating for them. Write down the target, their target. Let's just say you're educating a business on how to create a project plan, or a customer on how to create a project plan, and actually go to work and use this as their worksheet, their own worksheet. So you want them to then fill in who their target, maybe the results intended. Wow, that is some really exciting spelling that I have going on there. All right, then next you have the tasks, and you want to create like a checklist of the tasks and due dates. But again, you're creating this worksheet for them to then turn around, because you're going to create this and you're going to turn this into a PDF that they can either fill in on their computer or print out and old school it. So how do you create something that looks so sharp where all these lines are lined up? I mean, look at how perfected this is. All of this is lined up. Well, what you do is you go in, and here's an example of how the lines are not lined up. I mean, check it out. This would drive me nuts. See how these are all uneven? These are all not in order, so to speak. Well, let's start from scratch in a sense. Let me just take a few of these lines off, and let's create a couple of lines. So we go into Elements. I already have uploaded a line here. So, and these are all the recent items that we've used before, which is really great that they sort of, kind of bundle all the things that you've recently used. But where I find the lines is right here in Lines. I go to See All, and look at this. You have a ton of different kinds of lines that you can use. But we're trying to create a business document, so we're not going to get too fancy. So we're just going to use this line right here. It already comes in a specific color, not sure. I think that's one of our, it's one of our brand colors. So see how thick it is? We don't want, because we're creating a worksheet, we don't want it to be that thick. So what you do is you grab it from the corner, guys, and you take it in until you create a nice little line. Now keep in mind the size. See how I took it down to 1.4.2. Keep that in mind sort of as you're creating this document. But there's an easier way, so you don't necessarily have to keep that in mind, to create and duplicate these lines. I'm going to take it so that it's a lot thinner. All right. Now, I don't want a yellow line. It's a business document. We don't want to get that fancy. I'm going to take it, and these are all of my brand colors that we spoke about last week. I want to use, though, I don't want the line to be so in your face so that when it's printed out, the lines are too dark. I want it to be a little bit light in color. So I just tap on our brand color of that gray. Whoops, pardon me. And then let me just take this in. All right, now I'm gonna take this to 100%. And now what we want to do is take this, and now we just grab it from the side and launch it, so to speak, and take it to that corner, because last week we spoke about when you're creating presentations to keep it within these lines. And that's because when you go to print it out and say this is 8.5 by 11, say I'm going to hole punch it, it's now lined up so that it leaves me enough room to punch it and print it out and create a real document from this. So now I want to take this to the corner. All right, now we have our first line. I think that's still a little dark, but that's okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're now going to duplicate that line to be succinct with the line itself, the boldness of the line. Now what we're going to do is line it up. I used to, until I learned not long ago, a couple of months ago, maybe 6 months ago, how to snap these into place. And this is what this is all about, is helping you guys not having to eyeball it. I was eyeballing it all the time. And boy, that was driving me nuts. And when I was trying to eyeball it, that's a pretty good eyeball right there. When we're talking about eyeballing it, I would literally take it to 200% and say, oh, okay, no, that looks a little bit, I mean, it was something to try to line up these lines until I learned something new. So now I'm going to grab these lines because I've now duplicated all these lines to the same boldness, thickness. And now, even though, let's just say this is out of whack and this one goes this way, let's just say, there we go. Now, we want to get these lines in order. I grab them. And I'm now going to go to the word position on the navigation bar, tap it, and notice how we have the word vertically and horizontally and tidy up. So now they just added tidy up. Now I want these to be vertically aligned with one another. Hold on, that's so funny that just didn't do that, blah, blah, stand by. I gotta get them at least close to each other for them to do that. All right, so now, but they're still out of whack. There's too much space in between that one and not enough in the other. Now we're gonna grab it, position, we're gonna vertically, now it's gonna line them up so they're now evenly distributed. We're gonna get them horizontal, so now they're lined up. And then if we needed to, we would tidy them up, but they were already tidied up. Because look what, now look, perfectly aligned. Now, see how these are out of whack here? We're just gonna do the same thing, grab them, go to position, vertically align them, horizontally align them. Whoops, sometimes that, let me just go back. Okay, because this one is not exactly close enough to those, so we got to get a little closer for it to horizontally align. Oh my gosh, sorry about that. All right, now we're just going to go here, horizontally align them. Sometimes I don't know what that is when it comes to Canva. I notice that it still sometimes gets a little tricky. So just do that and then go back and now tidy it up. Now they're aligned. See how the space is perfectly spaced in between, and now they're tidied up on both ends. Now, it can get really tricky. So I've just created all of these lines. They're out of whack. I'm going to grab them. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to vertically, now look how cleaned up they are. Tidy them up. I use tidy up versus horizontally. Tidy, and look how clean they are. Same with this. And boom, now everything. And then we're just going to pull this down so that it's like, you still want to get.
How did you do that with the check boxes?
Now, yeah. So let's just, I'm going to get rid of these check boxes. Oh, by the way, one of the things that is really great for you to do, let's just say this is enough lines for you, for this worksheet that you're creating or this template you're creating. Go ahead and group them. So now, it's just bam. It's just easier to use. It's easier for you now to keep these all in line in case you need to duplicate these and put them on something else, because you can cut and paste this, copy and paste it and put it on another document. Now, yes, when it comes to these squares, let's just say we want to create some squares. All right, we go in here, and sometimes I like a shaded box. So let's just do a shade box. Let's get this box as tiny as we can, because you really don't want it too big, but it's a checkbox. So now I'm going to align it as close as I can. I'm going to make this a lighter color. Actually, I'm going to go a little lighter. All right, now what you're going to do is just duplicate the heck out of that. Get them in line as close as you can, but don't worry about it. It's really, we're going to tidy those up so that they snap into place. Okay, and then let me just grab this one last box. All right, and again, get them as close as you can. Let me just go a little 125. All right. So then you just get them as close as you can. Now you're just going to do the same thing. You're just going to grab them from the side. If you go too far, now I've grabbed everything. So just grab those, go to position, vertically align them, tidy them up if need be, and there you go. Now you've got nice little boxes, exactly where you need them to be. And then again, I'm going to ungroup this, because now, let's just say this is all you need. Now I would group all of these together. Whoops. Now I would group that together. And there you go.
That's perfect.
Pretty nice, right, guys?
Yeah, that's awesome.
There's so much you can do with this that I'm going to show you another document. These are all of our downloads. Here is one in particular that took quite some time. Let me just show all. Again, remember to use folders. It makes it so easy when you're looking for things. But, you know, we created, I'm a planner girl. I think I said this last week. I love a good planner, and I have studied and from Inkwell Press to Franklin Covey, I have had them all. And we started creating our own. And so I'm going to take this to 50%. And check this out. I was literally able to create our own. Now, I want you to keep in mind, I preached about keeping things within the line. See how that's above the line? But that's only because in the planner world, we kind of want things a little wider so that we can get the max, you know, use the max amount of space as we can because of all the things we want to do with our planners. But before I mess with this, I'm going to make a copy of this because I've gotten this pretty perfected for myself.
Looks like you also took that a little bit farther flush right for the binder too.
Yes. Yep. All right, let's just make a copy of this baby. Okay, and this is US letter size because I'm a letter size person. I write very big. So now you can see here, I literally have done all that work that I just showed you guys how to do. I have been able to do, let me just take this to 75%. And do the same and see how flushed. And then what I did is, again, I just grabbed everything so that I grouped them so that if I needed to use this elsewhere in another document, I just copy and paste that into another document. But literally, you can see here, you could create bars and then put your, put your check boxes on top of that, your clear check boxes. These are our 3 projects of the week. I was able to snap let me ungroup. So these, I have to try to keep as hydrated as I can. I think we all are in that area, but you can see how they are all perfectly aligned up with each other. Let me tell you, before I learned about snapping everything into place, These, I was eyeballing them, and I'm such a perfectionist. It was driving me nuts not to have these all in order. I mean, try to put these 8 little things in order without, you know, knowing or learning about this new positioning things. So now, obviously, we go back to position, vertically align them, I tidy them up, and boom, now they're all aligned. So anyway, so you can actually create your own, this is my habit tracker, all perfectly aligned. I mean, there's so many things that you can now do now knowing this. And again, going back to these being lead magnets, we've created, gosh, you know, here's a social media, well, that's not, let me show you something else here. We've created a monthly or 25 days, 24 days of content. And I have not, this is before we learned about getting these all, oh gosh, my computer is about to. These need to be snapped into place because they're not actually all aligned. So now I'm going to show you, I'm going to grab all these babies. Well, what needs to happen before you snap things into order, guys, if you have a lot of things sitting on top of a lot of things, let me just make this larger, is you need to first group, like I need to group this.
Your boxes and boxes.
And yeah, I need to group all the boxes first. And then when I'm done grouping all of those boxes, then I'll grab them all and now I'll snap them into place so that I'll tidy them up so that they're all perfectly aligned. Because I believe there's a little bit too much space. There's not enough space in between some of these, and there is in others. Although these might be snapped in, these might be. Anywho, so there's so many things that you can do. Does anybody have any questions about worksheets and creating lead magnets and creating your own worksheets?
Those are some great tips. I hadn't gone into the forms at all. That's really cool to know.
Yeah, it's a really great way to, again, yes, create worksheets, forms. You can see we created a growth tracker, all sorts of things in here that we as business people are using as lead magnets. One of our lead magnets that we love to lead people with is our personal branding. This is it right here. So when people sign up, when they go to our website, within 4 seconds of them being on our website, we've set it so 4 seconds on our website, they immediately get our lead magnet saying, hey, again, give us your name and email, and we'll immediately turn around and give you this personal brand statement, which we believe everybody should have. Is a nice little personal brand statement. It's your value statement. It's your own unique value statement, so to speak. So anyway, so that is ours. I mean, look how fun. You could create these little scissors in the middle and, you know, all that sort of thing. There's just all sorts of things you could do with Canva. All right. So what questions might we have, guys?
Do we have to take it to an external place to make it a fillable document?
Say that one more time.
If we want to make a PDF that's fillable, do we design it on here and then you have to export it and make it fillable?
Yep. Let's just say we want to make this personal brand statement fillable. Well, project plan. I love a good project planner. Okay, so say we want to make this fillable. We're going to download I like to do high quality PDF prints. Now, I want you to keep in mind, should you be doing this, or not should, but when you go to create these and you decide, and your brand has a lot of colors to it, be mindful of the people that are going to be downloading these. Take all the colors out so that you're saving them the ink, because we all know that's one of the most expensive things in your house. Google it. It's true. Ink is one of the most expensive things you have in your household. So we'll download this. I'll just download this one form. And keep that in mind too, when you're going to download and you're still working on a document, or you just want you want your lead magnet to be a part of this entire project planner because you're again trying to entice them to want more. I'm just gonna upload this one page. I'm gonna download it as a PDF, and I was gonna give you our little form fill app that we discovered. So now I'm opening up this new document. This is called PDF Escape. PDF Escape. So I'm going to log in and I'm going to show you this is how you, for free, so you don't have to use some of the other resources that Adobe, which are beautiful, but hello, we're all on budgets. You're going to go to PDF Escape, create an account, just link it to your LinkedIn or what have you. And now I'm going to edit a document. So I'm going to upload a PDF, that same PDF. I'm just going to drop it in here. Now, look how beautiful that looks. Now, I am going to create a filler. So you have all these options over here to the left. But what you want to do is have it so that they are freehanding it. So whether they're going to literally freehand it, or when they upload, when we transform this, convert this to a PDF again, it'll be a form filled PDF that they can type on top of or freehand. So next we're going to—
Even if they, do they have to have PDF Escape to do it like you do with
Nope.
Adobe Acrobat?
Not at all.
Okay.
It's actually, pardon me, it's form field. So you're going to, let me get out of this. I'll show you. It's form
I'm
field.
paying for Acrobat.
What was that?
I'm paying for Acrobat right now.
Oh, no longer.
No, no,
Look
no.
at all these choices you get. So say we want text or an entire paragraph. First, let's do text, a text box. So we're going to select that. Now I'm going to go in and boom, boom, and just create. And then say I just want to, let's just duplicate this. Just duplicate the heck out of it and just move it. You know, and then if you got to make it longer, then make it longer. So you'll do that. Now say this summary area, we just want a big paragraph box. Go to form fill. We're now going to go to text paragraph. Now we're going to do this instead. And what's great is that box doesn't show up like that when we go to put it as a PDF. So now we're going to download this. Oh, and you can make sure you're choosing, they automatically set it on, it's already formatted for Arial, because that's the, you know, that's probably the best choice you have. They have yet to add more fonts, but make sure that you're also setting it so that when they go to type on top of it, that you're using whatever, if you want them to bold this area or what have you, or the font size, make sure you're automatically setting that up. All right, so now we're going to save it. And so I'm going to save it on top of this one, just for the heck of it. Now, check this out, guys. Now I got to open it up. Boom.
That's great.
Isn't that fantastic?
That's fantastic.
Yes.
I'm canceling my Adobe.
Go memberships, you know, whatever. Isn't this, it's fantastic. So, so the one thing to keep in mind is if you decide to use PDF Escape, which I highly recommend if you, again, you want it to be a form fill, keep in mind if you want to create this box here, or if you want lines. So right here, I would have not put lines here. I would have just created a box that they could type inside of. But here, I would have lines. I would have a form fill line. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Awesome. Down here,
That's awesome.
same. I would just create a box instead of these lines. So they just fill it in. So that is PDF Escape free version. It's fantastic. So that is my app, my free app of the day, my app hack of the day.
Awesome.
So many fun things you can do, guys. You know, we've created we've gone so far as to create a life wheel. Let me just make this larger for our eyeballs. So this is our life wheel that we'll be working with our insiders on. I think a lot of us know what that is. You fill it out 1 through 10. How do you feel in life right now? And you go back a month or a quarter from now and you check to see, because you've now set goals according to how you are now. You say, all right, I want to be a 7 in financial wealth next quarter. And so, so you go in and we've created all these little fun things. Again, I love a good vision board. And then you set your months up, and then you could convert this into a PDF. Boom, you've got people. Oh, let me show you how to do the check boxes while we're in PDF, because we did create a checkbox. So we're going to go in and create. Oh, no, sorry. We don't want to create from scratch. We want to upload, go to PDF, form fill. Shouldn't have logged out. All right. All right, so let's upload that document, and we're going to act like there was a checkbox on here. Let's just say there was a checkbox, a couple of boxes in front of what results do you want your campaign to have. We'll go here to form fill again. We're going to go to checkbox. Boom, just that simple. Select it, and now and you're just going to create a couple of check boxes. Yes, it will already have the checkbox, the check mark in there, but you could take it out when you go to download it. So now we'll download it. All right, now you're going to see the check boxes. Just uncheck them, and boom, you've got check boxes. And they would actually be more aligned if we had, the skeleton of the box itself. And again, you could duplicate the boxes so the sizes are the same, but still, boom. Now you've got yourself, and we use these ourselves. So it's not just that these are great lead magnets or things that you can use for your clients or for or for others to use, but we use these within our company as well. So there you go.
That's great.
Pretty great stuff, right?
Little nuggets.
That is, again, a major hack. And let me go back and make sure that we've got everything covered. I will make sure that you all get this deck so that you remember when you're creating your lead magnets that it's covering all these lucky number 7, that it's creating all of those things. So any questions before we conclude? Because I do have a couple of things that I want to make sure that you guys know about as far as our future events and programs. Any questions?
You did record, right? Thank you so much. I'm sorry I was late. Will I be able to see the first half?
Absolutely. We're recording.
Perfect. Thank you.
Super awesome.
Yeah, it was very helpful.
This is great.
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. Okay, well, I just stopped recording, and I'm going to go back to present because, let's see, I want to make sure that we're covering. So we want you guys, for those of you that are not insider members, we are a full-fledged company, and we would love for you guys. Lupe and I are working hard to provide the best content we can. We are running a sale. It's only $129 for the entire year. You would be considered a founding member, and we are hard at work on workshops, coursework for women over 40. Like, keep in mind everything that we're doing, and we are, again, working with experts in the field. We just had a really great conversation with Douglas County Libraries and found out the resources they have in their business services department are bar none some of the best. And we're working with them to bring that to you guys, free to our insiders, and of course, paid for those that are not insider club members. When you become a member of as a founding member, the first 500 are founding members, and we're at 160 something of you. And just since we launched really in January, you will remain, even though you would be paying if you decide to buy for the $129 deal, It's really $180 and it's really valued at $975 because trust us, attend a lunch and learn and you're going to learn the value of what we're bringing. But the best part is you get to hold on to that rate of $180 forever as an Insider Club member. And we are a new company, and the conversations we're having from Disney people, I mean, it's just amazing. So on demand, oh my gosh, look at my typing today. On demand, relevant content, custom events, big time perks and privileges, and we're creating ways that you can market your business. Because if society is not going to support us yet they will, or the workforce, we're creating ways that we're supporting ourselves. And so keep that in mind. I want to show you really quick too this new thing that they have, this content calendar. So I'm going to show you that. I literally believe they just launched this within the last couple of days, because 1 minute on Monday I'm on working on Canva, and the next minute I see this new hack that they have. But these are events. I like my little stomp effect. These are new events coming up. If you are in corporate America and that's where you will remain, more power to you. I'm a corporate girl myself. We have resume rescue. So we are literally having someone who will read you. You submit your resume, and we have someone who is in that field who will be doing a session, not only for all of us, but also they will take a few of the resumes and that you have submitted and give you really great solid advice on what to do. There are things that you've got to know, and that is, for one thing, don't put your dates of graduation on that resume. That is provided by Energize Colorado, which is a Governor Polis / Brad Feld, and other VCs have come together to help us, minorities, women, rural America, and rural Colorado micro businesses and vets who missed out, by the way, on funding and things. But they also have this other component of for resume writing and getting you guys employed again. And then we have our lunch and learns as usual, but we have so many things coming up, guys. Biz LifeCon, save $20 by using Back for More, and you're in. It's going to be kick ass again, if I must say so myself. And before we end, here's the content calendar. Boom.
I'm not seeing anything. Are you changing?
Yeah.
Oh, can you not see that?
We see.
No, we're not.
We see the.
All we see is 7 things right now.
We see the Canva stuff still.
Oops,
Oh,
now I lost you completely.
Oh my Lord.
No, I thought it was just me.
Yeah.
I know. You know, that's the one thing Zoom has got to get better about, right? Is because I literally was showing you some really fun. Well, good. You couldn't see my
your typos you were talking about.
Okay, so this is new. Can you see this?
Yes.
Check it out, y'all. They have content calendar. So this is something that Lupe and I are working on ourselves. Side gig, corporate America, and the marketing department, whatever it may be. Or if you're looking to be an influencer, this is a really great piece that they have. I was playing around with it just today. Literally, if you want to start creating, well, we're already creating content for our socials already. But what's great is you can have them sit here. And now
we're seeing the mug.
We're seeing the mug.
No.
Oh, good. I thought it was just me.
No, I wish they would just. Oh, okay, there we go.
There you go.
Okay.
Content
That looks like a calendar.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Go back, Barb.
Calendar. So here under brand kit, hopefully you guys created your brand kits last week.
Yes. Yes.
All you have to do is just click the plus sign. You can do create directly from here, or choose from one of your branded, we're big about that, designs. You go here and let me just pick this one. So let's just say we want that to sit in LinkedIn, because it's about, Canva or what have you. So then we're already connected to our LinkedIn page. Now this will literally, if I go in here and I write whatever, it's going to link and post directly to our Second Act Women LinkedIn page. I'm going to do it and then I'll delete it. Okay. Well, this is
Oh,
one
you
thing.
just blew my mind.
What?
Wait, you blew my
I
mind
think you
too.
just blew my mind.
Yeah.
I think you just said I can pull things I've created from my files
Yes.
and then schedule them to post with me doing nothing.
Yes.
I thought you meant content calendar, like a list of to-dos of content across time.
Oh, no,
Oh,
literally,
yeah.
they have
This
created
is
a
incredible.
They've
That
created a
does it.
content. Yes. So, so what we have to do, yes, is we have to link all of our social media platforms, which I thought were already connected, oddly enough. So we have to connect all of our platforms that we use focused on you guys, so that we, again, it's about branding. So make sure that you're in the areas that your audience is. So yes, no. Can you
Wow.
see the calendar?
Yeah.
So literally, you create all your posts in Canva. Now you just simply say, all right, I want to plan this one out for the 18th. You can either create it immediately, or because you've got truly, written down, all right, next week, this is what I want to, yeah. So then you go in here and you say, all right, well, this is the post I want to have land on Facebook on the 18th, but I'm going to keep all my content and what I'm posting in here in Canva. And that way you could see a bird's eye view of what you're posting.
Who needs Buffer or Hootsuite or any of those others right now?
This is
That's
incredible.
awesome.
Yeah.
Barbara, is there, do you still have to go to each of the platforms to see the analytics of all that?
Yes.
Or does it pull that in too?
Now, I'm going to tell you, I am not a proponent, so I'm not sure if I would, and I'm going to stop sharing screen. I don't believe that I would use that yet, because I can tell you that Instagram, Facebook, everybody they want authentic posting. They want you to be on that platform, otherwise you're going to be dinged. So I'm not quite sure if I would use it just yet, but if you could just, maybe it's a great resource to just post those so you can have a great bird's eye view of what you're posting and the topics that you're covering. It's just something to keep in mind. I wouldn't use it yet.
Or is it that you wouldn't say use this and don't ever get actually on the platforms? Like, we still need to be liking and commenting on other things.
Yes.
Not just think that we fill out this calendar and now we're done with social media.
Yes. You need to still engage on your platforms and, frankly, authentically post to those. Don't use Hootsuite, don't use, and that's just something new that they just created. And I would love to be able to use it just so we could see, again, bird's eye view, the content and the topics we're covering. I don't necessarily think it's best to post using that yet, if at all, because Hootsuite, we don't even use Hootsuite or anything. It's authentic posting.
Okay, good to know.
That's just
And
something
you think you can
No, that's great.
authentically post from this thing?
No,
from Canva?
authentically
Or
post from Facebook.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Directly.
Yep. Upload from Canva
So,
directly when you're in your Facebook group page or Facebook page, upload from there directly from your socials.
Okay.
Otherwise, you'll get lower in the you'll be dinged, and they won't push you to the top because you're not authentically posting.
because they're reading that you're posting it from someplace else?
Yeah, they have the spiders out there where they can figure, they know that it's coming
that.
from Hootsuite, or it's not literally coming
from Canva? Like the Canva calendar would flag that way too, or the content calendar you just showed us is okay? That's why I'm confused.
No, I showed you that just so you know it and that you can, but then as I was going through it, frankly, I was remembering that it's not good to do third-party posting.
Thank you.
Always best. So I'm hoping that they allow us to use that, not to post, but to simply just sit that graphic on that date so that we could see what's been posted. Yeah.
And we go authentically do it. Okay.
Yes. Always authentically. Do not ever use a Hootsuite or any of those.
Okay.
It does not. They are so smart. They know that you're not on their platform. They want you on their platform.
And I take it to do all that too, you've got to have the premium version of Canva.
I bet you.
You're not doing that through the,
Sure. You know, that didn't say pro on it, so I'm not sure.
it didn't say pro on it? Okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to show you just really quickly when it comes to, you know, our planner and just how, I just want to show you what a nerd I am and how we use that document. Like we're literally using it. This is how I use it.
I love it.
Yeah, like literally, this is my quote of the week that I shot oh, hi, my nails are janky. And this is how I'm tracking.
Pandemic.
Right, exactly.
Pandemic.
Well, you don't
nails.
want to see my toes.
No, I hear you.
I have Fred Flintstone feet anyway, people. But yeah, so when you're creating those worksheets, if you get good at it, your people will use them. So
That's awesome.
how's that? Did we cover a lot? I know let me check the chats and see. Oh, Shannon, yay! Welcome to Second Act Women Insiders. That's nice to see. We cannot see. Okay, sorry you couldn't see my work.
Hey everybody, I'm here. I've just been blacked out because I've been working and going back and forth, but I've been just listening, and it's so good to be here. I love this content. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome. You're welcome. But we just want to say thank you guys, and we appreciate you, and thank you for today. And, you know, just stay tuned for more stuff that we are creating for you guys.